In this video, we'll get started with reinforcement learning, or RL, in a simple and practical way. We'll understand what RL is, the basic building blocks behind it, how an agent learns through rewards, and where this approach is used. Along the way, you'll also get quiz questions to check your understanding step by step. Reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning where an agent learns by interacting with an environment. Instead of being told the correct answer directly, the agent tries different actions and receives rewards or penalties. Over time, it learns which actions lead to better outcomes. In simple words, RL is about learning what to do by experiencing the consequences. There are a few core parts in reinforcement learning. First is the agent, which is the learner or decision maker. Then comes the environment, which is the world the agent interacts with. The agent takes actions, and the environment responds with a new situation and a reward signal. These pieces work together continuously, forming the learning loop. A state represents the current condition of the environment from the agent's point of view. Based on that state, the agent chooses an action. After the action, it receives a reward which tells it whether the choice was good, bad, or neutral. This reward is very important because it becomes the feedback signal for learning. The agent does not become smart in one step. It learns gradually by repeating interactions many times. It explores different actions, observes what happens, and updates its behavior. Slowly, it starts preferring actions that give higher long-term rewards. This is why reinforcement learning is often described as trial and error learning with feedback. Now that we've covered RL basics, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 1. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. In reinforcement learning, how does an agent mainly learn? The correct answer is by trial and error. Reinforcement learning is based on trying actions, receiving feedback, and improving over time. Question 2. What is the role of the environment in RL? The correct answer is, it is the world the agent interacts with. The environment responds to the agent's actions by producing new states and rewards. Question 3. What does a reward signal tell the agent? The correct answer is, whether an action was useful. Rewards provide feedback about how good or bad an action was in a given situation. A policy is basically the agent's strategy. It tells the agent what action to take in a particular state. At the beginning, the policy may be weak or random. But as the agent gains experience, the policy becomes better and more reliable. In many RL methods, the main goal is to learn an effective policy. One of the biggest ideas in reinforcement learning is the balance between exploration and exploitation. Exploration means trying new actions to discover better possibilities. Exploitation means choosing actions that already seem to work well. If the agent only exploits, it may miss better options. If it only explores, it may never settle on a strong strategy. So the balance matters a lot. In reinforcement learning, the agent usually aims to maximize cumulative reward over time, not just immediate reward from one action. Sometimes a small short-term loss can lead to a much bigger future gain. That is why RL is useful for decision-making problems where actions have delayed effects. The agent must learn to think in terms of long-term outcomes. Now that we've covered learning strategy, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 2. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. What is a policy in reinforcement learning? The correct answer is a strategy for choosing actions. A policy maps states to actions and guides the agent's decisions. Question 2. What does exploration mean? The correct answer is trying new actions to gather information. Exploration helps the agent discover actions that may lead to better rewards. Question 3. Why does RL focus on cumulative reward? The correct answer is because long-term outcomes are important. Many RL problems involve delayed effects, so the goal is to maximize total reward over time. Reinforcement learning is used in areas where an agent must make a sequence of decisions. Popular examples include game playing, robotics, resource allocation, recommendation systems, and control tasks. In all these cases, the agent improves by learning from interaction and feedback. RL is especially powerful when there is no simple one-step answer and decisions must be made over time. If you are starting with reinforcement learning, first become comfortable with the basic terms like agent, environment, state, action, reward, and policy. Then move to small practice environments where you can clearly see how the learning loop works. Don't rush into advanced algorithms immediately. Build intuition first, because once the foundations are clear, the more technical parts become much easier to understand. Now that we've covered next steps, let's test what we've learned so far.
Here's quiz number 3. See if you can get it right.
Question 1. Which of these is a common use case of reinforcement learning? The correct answer is game playing. Game playing is one of the most well-known applications of reinforcement learning. Question 2. What is a good first step for beginners in RL? The correct answer is understand the core concepts first. A strong understanding of the basics makes later algorithms much easier to learn. Question 3. Why should beginners use simple environments first? The correct answer is they help build intuition clearly. Simple environments make the RL loop easier to observe and understand. That's it for this beginner-friendly introduction to reinforcement learning. If these fundamentals are clear, you already have a strong starting point. Keep practicing with simple examples, keep testing your understanding, and slowly the bigger picture of RL will start making perfect sense.